Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today for the long review of the 2015 Infiniti QX70S, which is for their sports package. If you want to see the short review of this, check out the sidebar. My dad, John Rush, was able to do that review. But as we kind of go around here and take a first look at this car is aggressive looking. Infiniti designed it this way. Driving down the road, people take a look. When you come up to a parking lot, when you stop, people notice how aggressive this car is. It's designed to be sporty. It's not only reflected in as we kind of get to the black wheels, which is part of that sports package. You also have these vents here for better handling. Keeps the front end down as you're handling across the kind of terrain. I will say this car, for being as tall as it is, handles tremendously well. As we kind of go along the side here, you'll notice again the blacked out mirrors there. Part of the sports package. I have my cheat sheet here because there's a lot of different things. Includes the 21-inch wheels, the dark finish front grille, aluminum roof rails, interior contrast stitching, which we'll show you here in a second, dark headliner, solid magnesium paddle shifters, and aluminum pedals, just to name a few things that are included in the sport package. Also included in this car are the technology package as well as the premium package. If you want more details on that, I'm not going to go over all of them right now. Head to our website, head to Infiniti's website, check that out. You can see. One thing I will point out on this car is, on top of the aggressive look, is the crossover styling it has. This car, for the price, which as this car sits is just a hair under $60,000, base price of about $47,000. This is actually a little bit higher priced in terms of interior space than some of its competitors, some of the other luxury brands on the market. For example, you can buy an Audi Q5 or a BMW X3 for less money, but get the same interior room, get that same brand of luxury you're looking for. And on the other side of it, if you want more room, you can actually purchase a BMW X5, an Audi Q7, an Acura MDX, which we've actually driven the X5 and the MDX. You get more room for the same amount of money in those cars. So this car is not meant to haul a bunch of cargo around. You're gonna be hard pressed to get 5 full-size adults in here, more like 4. It's very difficult to haul a lot of cargo in here. As we get into the interior here in a second, you'll be able to see that more up close. But again, this car is sporty, meant to go out on the road, kind of have a good time, tool around. 325 horsepower, works really well, has a very nice throaty exhaust sound, and as my dad John mentioned in the short review, they actually have discontinued for this year the V8 that came in the prior year. So this car is only available in this 3.7 liter V6 engine. But with that, let's take a drive real quick. We'll kind of come back through the interior and get out of here for the 2015 Infiniti QX70S. All right, everyone, we're on the driving portion now of the 2015 Infiniti QX70S. We're going to kind of show you how the handling works the best that we can, show you a little bit of the interior. Infiniti has done a very straightforward, simple infotainment system, you can say. In my opinion, I guess the younger generation, I would like this to be more, I guess, sporty and a little bit more new age versus what they have now, but a lot of people like the straightforwardness. It has, you can either touch the screen, which is a nice feature, or you can actually use this knob and the arrows here to control what you're doing. One nice feature, which is a package on here, are the cameras. You go here and you can see it's a little bit hard to see with the camera, but this actually gives you almost a upper view of the car right now. So as we kind of go forward here, it shows me where the car's going, where I'm at. And so if I'm gonna go over to this curb over here, I can literally see where the car is, and I can get as close to the curb as possible. And I'm about to dip down into the gutter right there, pull in, and I can park very easily. Also gives you several different modes that you can go to. This is just the curb mode, and then just the backup camera mode as well. But as we kind of start the driving portion here, the car, one thing about this car, it's not necessarily a con, not a pro at the same time. This car rides very rough, and it's a very sporty handling car. There's no other way to say it. My dad and mom, who are older than I am, obviously, their main complaint with this car is how rough the car rode and just how not comfortable it was to them. Myself, I noticed it a little bit in terms of the rough ride, but being younger, I really didn't notice it as much or nearly at all, to be honest, in a lot of scenarios, especially with the snowy roads we had here in Colorado. But as we kind of go down the hill here, I will say this all-wheel drive model works really, really well in the snow. worked well, has a nice throaty exhaust sound. I'll actually kind of, as we go down the hill here, I'm going to kind of put it in neutral and see if I can give it some exhaust sound for you to hear. It's hard to hear, but this car does have a very nice sound to it as you get on the gas. It really works well. The V6 performs well. Miles per gallon. Myself, with the lead foot, was able to average on the low end, which is about the 16 miles to the gallon. This car will average right in that middle range in the all-wheel drive version, 18 miles to the gallon, top end of about 22. But overall, car works well. If you're looking for that sporty crossover SUV with a little bit of luxury, as you can see on the interior, we have quite a bit of luxury, quite a bit of amount of features here. This car might be for you. Obviously, get out, test drive this car and see. Overall, this car works well. The 2015 Infiniti QX70S. Car works great. Let's go back, take a look at the interior. All right, fans, we are back from the driving portion. And as always, I know we say it quite a bit, but get out and drive these cars yourself, especially in a car like this that's a more sporty car. It's actually pretty fun to go out and drive this car kind of on a weekend if you want to test drive it out. I did forget to mention this in the earlier portion of the review. This is an all-wheel drive model of this car. We actually had this car in Colorado, performed very well in the snow. Car worked tremendously well. But again, we're here on the back side. We'll point this out. As you can see, and I know you saw this in the first portion, very nice curves to this car, very kind of a slope rounding back. Go over here, car is unlocked, push it. There's 2 or 3 soft chimes that you can barely hear to let you know that the car is going to be opening. Kind of gives you a chance to get out of the way. We get into the back here and see, as I mentioned earlier, the actual trunk space in here is not quite what it is in other vehicles. This car is not meant to haul a lot of cargo in the back. It obviously has a good amount, but it will, even if you put the seats down, it offers you quite a bit more room. Actually, I think you go from 26 cubic feet to about 60 cubic feet, but even then, with those seats down, you still don't get quite what the other cars in this class offer. But again, very nice space, not spacious, but very nice back room here. If you're looking just kind of to tote a few groceries around, Infiniti's claim is that you can fit 4 golf bags in the back seat of this car, which we were not able to try it. We don't have 4 golf bags, but if you have, comment on the videos below, let us know. We'd love to hear that response. It does have an automatic close here. Push it, 3 more soft kind of beeps to let you know it is closing. And I will say this, in a lot of cars you kind of hear that not grinding noise, but that automatic noise closing, or the mechanism closing working. In this car, you don't have any of that. It's a very soft close, which is nice. We'll come into the back seat here, and I will show you this. As we climb into the back seat, we have the snow scraper here in Colorado. With it being an all-wheel drive, you do lose a little bit of legroom right here for this middle passenger. If you had a small child, you would be able to fit them in here, but a full-size adult, probably not. This is in the exit position, as we'll kind of go into the driving mode, or in the driving portion, you can see that it does have the entry exit option. I'm 5'10", have a good amount of room here. It does have the nice leather, and we mentioned earlier the different stitching kind of along the handrails there, the grips. Has very nice leather and interior features. One of the big pluses in this car is actually the interior furnishings. Very well, very comfortable back here. Have my own set of vents, do have a outlet if available. As we kind of get out of the car right here, I will mention this. We mentioned it in some of our other reviews. For a lady getting out of this car right here, it's hard to get out honestly, in a ladylike fashion. You kind of have to swing your leg out here and finally get out. So with that, I'll meet you around on the passenger side and we'll go from there. And folks, we've kind of tried to show you there that a benefit of this car with the entry exit feature is, as soon as I open the door, the car actually goes back into the exit mode to give you even further more room. So I kind of swing in here, have plenty of room to get in with that entry exit feature. And as I close the door, the car actually, or the seat, moves forward into my driving position. Nice feature, as kind of once the door is closed, the car assumes you're in here, you're able to get in. But we're looking at the interior. We went over some of this in the driving portion. You can see the nice leather seats. It's a very soft leather in cases. For this car, I'm not sure if it's on this driver's side over here with the buttons right here. Over on this side, it does have fully adjustable power seats. On the driver's side, it actually allows me the opportunity to adjust the support for not only the, I guess you could say, your rear support right here, but also your side support. You can actually restrict it even more, kind of put you kind of make yourself feel nice and tight inside this car if you're kind of doing that racing thing. We went over the interior, or the nav system in the driving portion, but overall, Infiniti does a great job on their cars. We actually just drove a Nissan Versa. Very similar setup on the steering wheel in terms of the controls. This car does have adaptive cruise on it, which works very well. We showed you in the driving portion the all-around cameras that comes with, which makes parking this car very easy. Overall, really impressed with this car. Laid out very nice. The interior furnishings, I don't feel too cramped. As you can see, it has a very nice sleek look with everything toned, or kind of folded into that. It does have some nice storage here. You can put your cell phone here if you want, and this, just by pressing one of these levers, and if you want to go up with all of them, offers a little bit deeper storage there. But overall, really enjoyed this car. Is it for a family of 5? Probably not. You're not going to be able to fit that fifth person in the middle seat, but if you have four or less people in your family, this is a great car for you. If you're in that 60,000 range, this car does start at the 47, but when you start adding the packages, it goes up rather quickly. I will point out this one feature out real quick, is if you can see here with the camera, this kind of slopes forward, kind of like the hood almost slopes forward in the car. It's a nice subtle feature that Infiniti has added, but again, it's something to consider when you're test driving this car, looking at for you. But with that, this is the 2015 Infiniti QX70S. All right, Drive Radio fans, thank you for joining us for our latest review. If you like this review, check out our website, drive-radio.com. We have a lot of cars, tips, and tricks that you can find on there if you're a car lover like ourselves. If you like the website, like our reviews, head to the YouTube page. Drive Radio, no spaces. You can check out a lot of our other reviews there. If you like those reviews, we have a radio show set every Saturday from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. here in the Denver market. You can find us one of 3 ways. First way is on the website, which is 560thesource.com. You can find us on YouTube. We stream every episode live. Or you can check us out on the TuneIn app, which is just 560 The Source. You can download that straight to your phone. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate all your feedback, all your views.